Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again. And I want to talk to you this time about something that's very serious. Poverty in America has got to go. And our next step is poverty on the globe has got to go. Now I'm standing before you telling you this, not just because the Creator designed peace and prosperity and joy for all people to operate without poverty, but because you, the people, allow this crap to happen. And you see the results of it. Prisons are running over with people, black and white and others. Mainly black though. And the reason it's mainly black is because the system has been set up in such a way that blacks were to be left out. I don't know what people who are not black are afraid of black people. There must be something in the history that we are not familiar with. And I'm sure there's much in the history that we're not familiar with. But I don't want to start, and we're talking about white people. Now, I don't want to get down on white people too much, because white people have gone through the same things that we've gone through. Now, I haven't delved back in that much of the history, and they haven't told us that much of the history. And if they did tell us, they're probably lying, because that's the way progress moves. It moves on banking on lies and people deceiving folks. That's the way the secret societies operate. That's why they call it secret. They don't want you to know what they're doing. Sometimes I think about some of the things that I should tell you, and the things that, well, you want to keep it secret? I'm thinking about, why should I want to keep it secret? And people don't put me in office, then I still got my secret. And the people, if they knew the secret, might have supported it. But those secret societies exist, ladies and gentlemen, for one reason and one reason only. And that's to be able to take advantage of a secret that they keep from you. And you put them in public office, presidents, senators, Secretary of State, governors, all of these things, because you've been trained. And I'm saying you've been trained because you have been trained. I'm telling you today, though, that poverty has got to go. And let me tell you why. Everything on this earth, and whatever the earth can do, whatever it can produce, whatever is in it, is being used by humankind. So it was a given that some power, and it wasn't no stupid bang, put the earth here, made the earth capable of doing monumental things. Earth can do anything, like a mother, any kind of mother. It grows everything and basically produces everything. And not only that, it retrieves everything back after everything has been used to its greatest point and converted. And then we, human beings, just as innocent as the earth didn't put itself here, we didn't put ourselves here. We were put here. Capable of utilizing the gifts and talents that have been instilled upon us to use it at the earth and bring forth all of those things we have already. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this is true. Who did it? The people did it. Where the resources come from? They come from the earth. And what was it used for? It was used for the people, meeting the needs and desires of people. Does it do that? Yes, it does. But does it do anything that's evil? Yes. What is the thing that it does that's evil? It sets people up on levels on this economic system that makes them superior to others. Make them utilize their superiority in a very negative way. In fact, they rob the people. That's why people are poor. That's why people are homeless. That's why people sleep under bridges. That's why people go to shelters. That's why you need food shelves. That's why you need dollar stores and 99-cent stores and Family Dollars. Because the people have been robbed. And nobody, no Christians, no Muslims, no Catholics, no one is talking about fixing it except the devil. The devil is creating this, ladies and gentlemen. And when I'm talking about the devil, I'm not talking about somebody with some horns. I'm talking about rich people. That part of the rich population that have decided that they are so superior to the rest of us that they should serve as rulers of the whole race, of the whole human race. And they should be lords. And then they proclaim themselves as being connected to the heavenly host. And we as people act like it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't programmed. I went to church. I grew up in the church. But I saw people saying something about what was happening in the Bible, and I saw everything else happening outside. So I didn't know what was going on. You read the Bible, say this is one thing, and I saw you do something else. It would sound like a trick to me. It sounded like you telling me that Santa Claus exists. And then ever so often come and sneak me a gift and say Santa Claus brought it to me. And then I grew up and I caught you doing what you were doing. And as I caught you doing what you were doing, I saw other little kids come along behind me and they were being told the same story. So they was keeping the story going. And I'm thinking, whoa, could it be that it's the same thing with this God thing? Somebody told a story. And I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if they did tell me a story. It could be just that, a story. I'm not going to stake my life on it. It could be just a story. But what I know is not a story is there's a power that exists beyond humankind. It is so magnificent. It's so powerful. It can do things man couldn't even think of doing. Yeah. It made itself known to me in such a way till I could never doubt it. I could never doubt it. To whom much is given, much is required. I was given much. And much is required of me. For me to stand here and tell you that we're living on an economic system that's designed to destroy you, the people. And it's empowered by you, the people. Built on the foundations of a lie. You don't need one copper penny, not one copper dime, not one copper quarter or anything to run the system. Perfect. And it will eliminate crime and violence. It will eliminate a whole bunch of things that you say you don't like doing. And it will open up doors that you can live. How much energy must one exert to get you to see that? Well, hey, you know, it's going to take a lot more than this, that's for sure. Because your whole life, ever since you've been in America, whether you came from another country or not, all of your life here in America has been designed for you to think the opposite of what I'm saying. For you to think that what is going on is the proper way. And when you go to church and people talk about God and Allah, they don't change the story. In fact, they take that same story and bring it into God. You know, when they created God, they put it in the form of a man, and a white man. And when they did Allah, I don't know too much about Allah. I haven't seen too many pictures about Allah. But I'm sure what Allah is doing is the same thing that the people in power in that particular region wanted done or were doing. And they needed a God to sanction it. And they imposed this God on the people. Set them up. So I'm saying that poverty has to go. Poverty got to go. I don't want to see any more people sleeping in the streets. I don't want to see anybody else on the road with signs saying hungry, we'll work for food. I don't want to see anybody out there asking for anything. I want people living. I want people growing, understanding life, appreciating life, traveling around the world, seeing this and seeing that. I want them to be living in their homes. I want them to love their careers. I want them to can't get enough of it. And create all of the stuff that we need. And create it in good fashion so it can last forever. So we don't just have to work. Create machines that do the work for us. And let us decide where we want to go from here. If we want to serve God well, I tell you what, the most simple thing to do is to let God guide us and let God lead us into the next era that God wants us to go into. We are now, in that form and fashion, children of the Most High God. We would have learned the secrets of peace. We would have learned the secrets of prosperity. We would have learned the secrets of joy. And what we learned is that every last one of us are sisters and brothers of the human race. And there is a way to keep peace. And there's a way to deny peace. Somebody asked me, said, Eddie, if you were president of the United States and you got us all living and having our dreams come true, how would you protect us from foreign invasions? I'd say this. First of all, my foreign policy is to share everything with foreigners that I've learned and been able to express here in America and created it and have a living dynasty. I share it with them so they can do likewise. This is not a competition. This is a reaching out so all of us can enjoy life. And I would do that. But if there was someone somewhere so darn greedy and still got this old worldly attitude within themselves, thinking that they are better and they want to be the nation that captures all other nations, have other nations on bending knees, and try to mess up this peace, I'd blow that sucker off the earth. I would blow it off the earth. And you, the people, will support it all the way. Because no devil got in the business messing up stuff. Now, when this world is going on the way it is today, all corrupted, and I stand here before you like I am today, and it makes it seem like I have just got through explaining what should happen to me. Because I am definitely trying to tear down this poverty. I'm giving it my whole life. And I'm sure that someone on that side of supporting this is thinking the same thing. Well, I must go. And if that's the outcome, if that's the determination, and the creator who made me, who put me here, who using me to do things that others won't do, and that power determines that I and what he has for me, or what that God has for me, or that creator has for me, is best, that I leave here and I'm allowed to be overcome, that has got to be the sweetest thing that could happen. Because I know for a fact that if the creator isn't ready for me to go, there's nothing on the face of the earth that any human being can do. There is nothing on the face of the earth that any human being can do against me and be successful unless the Almighty Creator says it's okay. And I know the Almighty Creator will only say it's okay if it's best for me, if it's best for the human race. You see, there's no need for me to just stay here, proclaiming peace and prosperity, and everybody turning their head around. Don't want to hear anything about it. There's no need. There's no need. Why? Because the battle has already won with me. The only reason I'm able to stand here and say the things to you is because I'm free. The only reason I continue to do it is because I know what's going on. You can't do this. You can't stand here and put your life on the line talking about prosperity to all people. I mean, they can see you shaking in your boots already, because you know to say that against those who profit from it, who are lords over the rest of you. You know what they did in the West. Maybe I'm talking too long, but I want you to think about this. They even tell us that when they came over here, how they slaughtered the Indians, the natives. They told us that it didn't matter that these were human beings. They had an agenda. The slaves had already been here, and they kept on coming, moving around, and many of them were killed. They didn't care. The killers didn't care. It didn't mean a thing. The wars that we've been engaged in, whether we said we didn't want to go in it in the beginning or ended up in it anyway, we talked down on it, but we were there killing. Look, what do you think would have happened if those million American men who are out there in the grave, who gave their lives fighting for whatever this nation represented, what do you think it would have been like if they gave their lives fighting that we had peace in America?